Hello, I'm going to record some analysis of the MTV Study 1, the first 25 participants that were on cloud research. So I'm sharing my screen. This is the data file, and I've already done several things such as I removed columns that we didn't want to see, such as their IP address. There's blank columns for first name, last name. I left the response ID. I took out all the distribution channel entries that said uh, pre-test or something like that. That's when we were running it through there's a pre-test that you have to do inside Cloud Research. I left the CAPTCHA score here. Uh, there were some other variables that I took the person out if they um, had a sign of a duplicate. So here's one I haven't finished yet. I've taken the rest out here, but see it says duplicate respondent. I've taken the rest out, but I'm going to just delete this one here live to show you what I was doing. And the column is now empty, so I'm taking that out. We have a weird thing here where we have race and ethnicity and stuff strewn across all these different variables instead of just in one. But sex is in just one. For instance, a lot of these things are the individual songs. That's why there's so many missing pieces of data that this person chose this song, for instance, as an unfamiliar song. But all the other ones they didn't choose are just missing data. So I'm scrolling across all that. And then we get to the sliders. So all of these are the song one sliders, and they're the song two sliders. And then there are DBs, self-continuity and social connectedness. And then there's memories and things like that. You can see that there's missing data on a bunch of these. You know, I don't even know if I'm going to fool with it at this point, because all I want to know here is the survey set up correctly? Um, there are people here who have missing data, like this person in line number 7, scrolling across here. But as much as I clean these data, we'll have to do the entire thing over when we download the whole data set, the complete N that we wanted. So uh, this is just to check that everything's okay. Now the numbers seem to be fine, like they're from 1 to 7 here. There are chunks of missing data. I could take them out or not. It'll remove them from analyses, but and it's not that I'm doing any inferential tests so that I can know if something worked or didn't work. Again, just checking that the survey's running correctly. We don't have a big enough N to have enough power to know. I'm also tempted just to take out all of this unfamiliar song stuff because I'm not analyzing it and I just have to scroll through it every time. It's still in there, of course. I've kept a copy. So, and when we download it next time, it'll be right back in there. So we'll see what their songs were. All of this stuff is just working data, uh, working behind the scenes from the programming. We do have a condition that's nostalgic and control. Very good. Good for us. I did calculate the means for sliders 1 and sliders 2. So some people are missing those. All right, but we have about 30 here. I can take out the ones that are missing, I suppose. Let's see. Uh, these guys. All right, and we see we got that got us down to 25, which makes total sense. So I'm going to run some just descriptive statistics here to see if this seems to be working. So analyze descriptive. I'm going to start with age and sex. I'm going to skip the ethnicity because we've got that. We have to calculate something for that. I've already managed the sliders 1 and the sliders 2. Oh, I do need to, if I want to look at this, just do a mean for our 2 dBs. Again, it's too early to know. It's not I'm not running the actual statistics on 25 participants. This is where I computed the last variable, which is the mean of the sliders for the second song. Just as a note, what I did was I calculated sliders 1 mean, and then I took this and copied it into a Word document, and I changed where it said S1 sliders, S1 sliders. I changed all S1 to S2 to make that mean in a Word document, and then I pasted it back in here. Just saved me from going through and going, okay, change 1 to 2, change 1 to 2, and then keep me from making mistakes. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to get rid of this. I have another variable I'm computing, and that is dun, dun, dun. Oh, I could do the feelings. I could do the familiarity. I want to do song familiarity too. Let me just go ahead and do that up here. So sliders 1 means slider 1 through 10. Oops, I forgot to do 11. Should I go back and do that? I think I'm going to just leave it out here because we're just checking this out. So in other words, I should have done 1 through 11, but I calculated 1 through 10 for the sliders 1 and sliders 2 means. So just know it is missing that 11th slider, whatever emotion that is. But I'm going to do a mean of S1, oopsie, S1 familiar mean, and that is the statistical mean of S1 familiar and S1 familiar, S1 familiar 1 and S1 familiar 2. I think it's song and show. There we go. And then the same thing for transform compute variable. See, it leaves my last one in there. I'm just going to do this by hand this time. S2 familiar mean is S2 familiar 1 and S2 familiar 2. That is it. And then we want to do the dependent variables, which are social connectedness 1 through 4 and self-continuity 1 through 4. So we'll be doing the same stuff when we analyze the whole data set. So descriptives. Oh, I got to calculate, transform, compute. And what we're doing here is self-continuity mean is the mean of self-continuity 1 and 2, comma, 3, comma, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 mean self-continuity. Yes. And then the same thing with transform compute. Now we're going down to social connectedness. Oh, self-continuity and social connectedness have the same initials. Blah. Social connect mean. And I'm going to do this from scratch. Mean. Social connectedness. 1, 2, comma, 3, comma, 4. There we go. Okay, so I think we have everything. So analyze descriptives. And we're going to come down here. We can do the age and all that. Age, sex, skipping the ones that need to be built. The mean of the S1 sliders, the mean of the S2 sliders, the mean of the S1 familiar, the mean of the S2. Now remember, this is across both groups. And then the social connectedness mean and the self-continuity mean. So these won't mean anything. These means won't mean anything. Oh my God, stop me. Okay, so wait, where's my output? Let's try it again. Analyze, descriptives. I have all of these and I'm saying, oh, yeah, no, I'm saying, okay. Why is it not doing it? That's very weird. I don't know what would happen if I do it again since it's not doing anything. Let me quit this. I'm gonna not save the output. Okay, I'm gonna save this when it's in copy. I actually want to, I've got the copy thing reversed, so I worked in the copy, in other words, so I'm going to take out the word copy here, and I'm going to put in the word copy here. If you don't know what I'm doing, don't even worry about it. That's true all the time, isn't it? Okay, let's try it again. Working. All right. Analyze, descriptives. Let's just do a couple of variables to make sure this is working. Okay, what if we did age and sex? There we go. From 30 to 79, the mean of 52.76. And sex, 6 and 7 are the male and female for whatever reason. 6s and 7s, that's like a Gen A slang word. Okay, so analyze descriptives. Let's continue with that. Reset them and go to, let's see what I want to do here. We want to do the mean of the S1 sliders, the mean of the S2 sliders, the familiarity of S1, S2, mean of social connectedness, and self-continuity. There we go. So the minimum of the S1 sliders is 1.7. Wonder why. You'd think there'd be a 1, but there doesn't have to be. 25 participants. It goes from 1.7 to 1.6 on the S1 sliders, 1 to 5.8 on the S2 sliders. Familiar ranges from 1 to 7, and these shouldn't mean anything because we've got the conditions grouped together. So there we go. We've got means that makes sense. It goes from 1 to 7, so 5.4, 5.9, 5.3. Okay, so again, don't get nervous because we only have 25 participants. That's not enough to run inferential statistics, but I am just going to do that anyway. We're going to do the GLM. Let's see, univariate or multivariate. We have two groups. I don't think I want to put anything else in there. This is if we're running it separately. It really doesn't matter. So, okay, we're just doing this for, to see that the data is okay. Not that it's working, not working. Okay, so we need the condition to be the fixed factor. And we're going to do self-continuity as the dependent variable. I'm not going to put anything else in the model, although one could. I could put familiarity in the model. Anyway, this is not the actual analysis, so I'm not going to do it. All right, here we go. So what we have here is that condition, the F for condition is significant. The F is 28.75 and the significance is 0.001. Where are the means here? So the sliders one, we still have we need the mean by condition. So did I not choose that? Let me try this again. Dun, 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 GLM. There's a song for everything. Okay, include intercept, contrast. Oh yeah, display means for a condition. Here we go. There we go. Okay, this should do it. Here we go. The control condition mean for self-continuity is 2.9, and the nostalgic mean is 6.47. Boom! There we go. Control and nostalgic. The difference is they are different from each other. P at 0.001. Yes, I sing everything around the house and during data analysis. Okay, so yep. Well, guess what, people? It is working with only 25 participants. So there we go. It should work fine with all of the participants. I see no reason why I shouldn't just hit go on everything. But we can do that during lab today. I mean, it's just a few hours. Might as well get everybody's opinion before I throw money at it, y'all. All right, that's what I know. Bye.